Greetings and salutations, all volunteer leaders for the ASSP chapters under Region 5. My name is Todd Lucien. I am the VP for Region 5, and I'm going to try to provide you with monthly videos and updates on things going on at a society level, what sort of expectations society has for you as chapter leaders, just to make everything a little bit easier. And then we're going to try to document this stuff so that going forward, everybody has a much clearer picture of what you should be thinking about, working on, and when things are due. It's just trying to make things easier on all of you. So you can see here by this map, this is who we are. We got 15 chapters in Region 5. Region 5 is a good chunk of the upper Midwest. And also we've got another 13 sections. I believe 2 of them are professional sections and the other 11 are student chapters. And we're going to try, that's one of the focuses this year, is try to re-involve our student sections. This needs to be updated. I updated it just for this slide presentation. Here's me. Now you can get a hold of me. Carrie from the Quad Cities, she is our current deputy. We vote on the deputy every fall rock. We'll see if anybody wants to dethrone her, but she's doing a great job. Chris is our financial person, our treasurer. Our newly minted area director for Area 1 is Rebecca Severson. So she was the yellow area. She's the yellow area. So she's in charge of the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and the greater Chicago area. And then our other one, our tried and true leader, who I lean on very heavily, is Jim Nelson. He's amazing. This is my last year as VP. I think Jim is, I don't know, maybe he's got another year. We'll have to see. But both of our area directors are excellent contacts. You can contact myself as well, as you should. And we need a new website administrator because Tony Stevens moved to a different part of the U.S. And so if you're interested, we're looking for a, what do they call it, AVP for website. So appreciate it. Next is, as you know, every year, one of the main things we do as chapter leaders is complete the comp report, which is the chapter operations management tracking tool. Out of our 15 chapters, we had 8 platinum, 5 gold, and 2 bronze. That's great. I mean, everybody got, achieved a level, which is awesome. And I think my numbers are a little bit off. Bronze might be 6,000. Yeah. So, look at here. Central Illinois, you just missed it by 10 points. We could definitely remedy that. Easy to get. And I lost my cursor. And Greater Chicago, you missed it by 20 points. So let's just call them silver. Let's round up, shall we? With the silver chapters, even though they probably won't acknowledge it at the society level. But one thing I'm going to do is try to make it easier to track what you're doing and upload it to the comp report. It's online. I can provide all the chapter leaders, if you've already lost it, the URL in order to upload your chapter resources. And I'm going to try to be there for you every month, kind of reminding you and showing you where to go. Another thing is I may also provide monthly leadership meetings virtually. And you guys can bring your questions. I can provide you with updates, and maybe together we can learn to better leverage the ASSP website and our own websites to make things a little bit easier. So we do have a due date coming up. Today is the 8th of August, 1 week from today. The chapters are supposed to upload your annual planning report. Every year you do this. It shouldn't take very long. You just sort of come up with some ideas of what you can do to improve things. And this is an initial idea. I really wish they would postpone this until like mid-September or early October. Something that you would have prepared right before you engage in the leadership conference. But c'est la vie. So it's due by the 15th. It's worth 400 points, so definitely don't lose that. If you need further information about it, you can go to the SOG, which is the guidelines, Society Operating Guidelines, 8.5. That's under Community Leadership, and I'm going to show you those pages in a little bit. For myself, I customize my own for the region. You're supposed to have 1 to 3 goals. I have 7 because I'm an overachiever. Actually, no, It just keeps me going, right? So I want to, one thing that's easy to do when I do it is we offer 2 face-to-face ROC meetings, which is Regional Operations Committee meeting per year, one in September, one in March. Next is offer virtual meetings with regional officers and chapter officers every month. I want to do that too, and I'm going to be planning that for the end of August and try to have it at the end of each month to help kick off the following month. I want to assist chapters with monthly updates and newsletter content for their members, and that's something that will likely be discussed when we get together, and then I may edit it quick before I send it out so you have it at the beginning of each month. I want to assist chapters with supporting their student chapters. That's a big goal for me because I'm a professor, I'm a faculty advisor, I need more help, and I also need a little bit of a kick in the pants myself to get my students engaged. And I'm going to try to engage my online students now too, and not just the face-to-face students. The face of academia is really changing. We can talk about that later. Encourage website maintenance through, that should be quarterly reviews and comments. That's required under, where is it? Here it is, under the operational requirements. It's something people tend to wait on or postpone. What's the word when you wait? You guys all know what it is right now. I thought it started with a P. Procrastinate. But I'm going to try to, by meeting with offering to meet with you all on a monthly basis, I can get you to at least spend a little bit of time updating things. And we had Mark, his last name is eluding me, from ASSP, where he will actually help provide, upload things, change things for us. It's probably the easiest way to do it. And that's something we did at the Spring Rock. We held that in Chicago. So I will put you in contact with him. Right now, this is a 10,000 foot view as we go through. And then I also want to provide you with more insights on how to do well on the comp report each year. Last year in the fall, Rock, I provided a in-depth analysis of the scoring from the previous year. And I'm going to do another one this year, and I'll compare it to last year. And we'll have a discussion at the Fall Rock about what we can do to support each other and make it a little bit easier to get those points. Not that that's the only thing we have to do. It's just, as you pursue getting more points, you're offering, hopefully, more value to your members. And then also encourage chapters with future leader recruitment and support. We talk a lot about recruitment, and that's more of a membership growth, but I think if we targeted future leaders in a way that actually is shooting high and people we're reaching out to, it's recruitment naturally, but getting them into leadership positions I think is a good thing. So if you haven't already, come up with 3 goals, give some ownership or responsibility and status to things. These are things you can go over all year, but start it now. Look at last year's, maybe tweak it a little bit. Obviously, I have a lot here. If I can achieve 3 of these, I'll be happy. If you haven't already, and this should have been done in January, is everybody who is new or transitioning to a new chapter leadership position should go into their chapter leadership training and click on it, and then you can go through the training. It's all virtual. And if you go on to this leadership chapter leadership training thing, you can also learn more about your roles and responsibilities if that is something you'd want to have, and that's on the OSHA website. If you, as chapter leaders, you'll be given access to your rosters, and it's something you'd want in order to contact them, send emails and stuff like that. So if you log into your account and click on My Groups, that should bring you to Terms and Use. You can choose the report you want, but I recommend that you open it in Google Chrome and then go up on the top and click and then download it as an Excel document, because otherwise it'll provide it in PDF, and you can't really copy into an email to thing. So if you need more help with that, I can provide it. It took me a while to figure out, but now that I know, easier. All right, so after the August 15th deadline, another thing you need to be talking about is with your officers is who's going to go to the Fall Rock meeting. It's going to be the 27th through the 29th September. That's 6 weeks away. Kevin Thurman, who's the president of the Greater Plains chapter, he's already sent out some stuff, and I'll be sending out some flyers to all of you. Everything is going to be hosted at the Cottonwood Hotel in Omaha, so that's where our rooms are going to be, and that's where we're going to be meeting. They actually have a lot of great social networking opportunities and also a tour. So what we typically do is travel on Wednesday afternoon and then meet Wednesday night and do something fun. And then Thursday we start away right away in the morning, and we'll have some guest speakers who will probably be virtual. And then we'll go through some business, lunch, we'll finish up the business. So each chapter you're going to do some presentations, and it's going to be a sort of a cross between what you came up with for your leadership, your planning, your annual planning, and talk more about what you're going to do to it. What are your goals? What are you going to try to attain this year? Things like that. And then Friday, then we have fun. We've got a tour in the afternoon, and then we're going to go to this Top Golf place. Have you ever been to one of those? Where you hit into a screen, I believe. I'm hoping. And then Friday morning, we'll meet at 8. We usually finish by 11, but we have noon on there. It's sort of a follow-up. I'm going to have the chapter leaders really sit down and talk to your area directors. We'll have some objectives to talk about, and then everybody will kind of go home with, get to know some of your peers from different chapters, have some resources to use, and hopefully have some goals that you can bring back to your next chapter officer meeting and start making things move. Yeah. Thank you. I already forgot his name. Kelvin, like the temperature Kelvin. Some other things I want to make everybody aware of, and again, this is something that I want to try to take more advantage and leverage the ASSP website, is the education that they have. So you can go to the education, and they've got all kinds of things here, but more importantly, they've actually got free stuff. And you can actually get 0.1 CEUs by attending an hour's worth of these free webinars that are offered. And if you're not already signed up to receive, I think it's monthly and maybe weekly news emails from ASSP, we got to get you signed up. It looks like we've got our first big training opportunity. It doesn't have the dates. Shoot. I thought it did. It looks like it's going to be in September. I forget. I think it's mid-September. This costs money. It's either online or face-to-face. You can go to Safety Focus. They offer it twice a year. There will be a leadership conference. Unfortunately, it's going to be virtual again. Those of you who've been to the face-to-face one, it's super awesome. But it's going to be virtual again. They don't have the date set up or anything like that. So I just posted this older page that's available. But for anybody who's new to the officer position, this is a must. You need to sign up for this. It's free. And get that training. This week, if you want to get some easy comped points, I think it's like 25 points, is send out an email to your members. So that'd be a good reason to get in there and get the updated list, or post it on your chapter website about OSHA's Safe and Sound Week. If you go to the OSHA website, search this, you can find it. And there's some good information. But what I found is these activities where it's like take a 30 and 30 challenge for management leadership. There's some other things here, worker participation challenges, find and fix hazards challenges. I'm going to try these out at this workplace I'm at. It looks like fun stuff. Stuff just to, it's something just to try something a little bit different. You're probably going to be doing the same things you would normally do, but it's fun, I guess. Oh, this is going great, isn't it? Next is we want to make sure that our student chapters understand the resources that are available to them. So I'm currently really struggling. I think I only have 2 student volunteers to be officers. We'll have to recruit as soon as classes start up again. But I'm going to try and get them more involved with not only the parent chapter, which is the Wisconsin chapter, but also using the website and getting more involved. The problem is the way our university works. It really butts heads with the stuff we want to do with society. They try to make it just a campus only. It's my problem, not yours. It's just not easy. I don't know if other schools go through that too, but it's just, they make it as tough as they can. So reach out to me if you have questions. I probably won't know the answer, but I know the people at ASSP well enough that I know who to email, whether it's Jerry or Kim or Ariel. There's some new ones too that I need to get to know, but we can get an answer pretty quickly. And also, if we can meet monthly, maybe some people ask questions that you didn't think to ask, and now you're learning, and maybe additional questions. My work email, it's probably the one I respond to the quickest. My Gmail, it takes a little bit longer. The region, try not to use that, but it's there for you, right? Last thing I'd like to do is just take a quick look at some things that I came across as I was developing this PowerPoint. Unbelievably, this PowerPoint took probably 3 hours to put together to record, because it's like I go down a rabbit hole and then I'm reading things and finding out new stuff, and I had to do a bunch of calculations and find stuff for the presentation. So for chapter leadership training, you will need to log in to get into that special training. I don't have it right here, but as you can see, there's a lot of great information and resources here. And here's the on-demand training. So I am logged in to my account. If you don't know what it is, go through the I forgot my ID and password and you can get it again. But you guys should be going through this stuff. So if you're a new chapter president, if you haven't gone through it, it's free. You can just download it, and then it gives you access so you can take it. If anybody's interested, and maybe talk to some of your members about this, if anybody's interested in holding a committee or running for like a society level position like RVP is, you can go to the volunteer leadership tab, and it talks about the elected positions that are open next. Council and committee, which is a volunteer, common interest group, practice specialty, or local chapter stuff too. I would encourage you, if you want to kind of understand things from a higher level, it's good that you started with the chapter leader positions and then try the bigger ones, because the experience you have at the local level really helps you perform at the higher levels. Believe me, because I held all those. So for 2024 society elections, they have a call for nominations. These tend to be invite only. They're recruiting. Director at large is similar as well. The VP for professional development is open, it looks like, for this year. I actually held that position, but during the pandemic, so that was fun. Looks like the view the regional position. So they should say Region 5. It should. Yeah, Region 5. Yep, that's me. Any other Region 5 stuff? No, not right now. But then you could also volunteer, and that's something that I am actually eyeing up. There should be, this is the board. This is for elections. The committees are actually appointed positions by whoever is in charge. Oh, I lost it. Too bad. Okay, it went back too far. But you can find those as well. If anybody's interested in presenting at next year's PDC, which will actually be held in August. The volunteer stuff, I think you have to have that submitted by October 14th. Call for presenters is September 13th. It's going to be in Denver, August 7th through the 9th. So if you're interested, go ahead and submit a proposal. I believe if you look enough, there are actually some information to help you write an effective proposal, if you're interested. So yeah, call for presenters. The last thing is I've had a lot of questions about CEUs. And you can get approval through ASSP, which is free as long as it's just your chapter that's hosting the training, CEUs for members. And it's usually 0.1, which doesn't seem like a lot, 0.1 per hour, but over a year that adds up. They can get over a point, and it's pretty much just part of your overall programming. So this talks about how to do it. There is an online link that I couldn't find right off the top of my head, but silly. But it's pretty easy to fill out, and I've done it before. And once you figure it out, it gets a lot easier. Maybe that's something we can discuss during the ROC meeting. Maybe that'll be the special thing that we talk about, how to get this, if you're interested. I know you've got a million things to do, but that is, in a nutshell, what I wanted to cover with you going into August. So you got something due on August 15th. I would get easy points and send out something to my members. Send some of my members about Safe and Sound through OSHA. Take a look at it. It's pretty cool. Sign up to find out who's going to go to the ROC meeting in Omaha and get them signed up. Each chapter tends to provide the travel assistance and hotel for the members that go. And then society will reimburse the hosting chapter, which is the Greater Plains, for what they invested into it. That's typically the way it goes because people always have questions about that. So typically you get reimbursed through your chapter for going. And we would like to see at least one representative from each chapter. 2 is fine as well, if the chapter wants to support that. And it's especially good for the president, vice president, or anybody who's new. And that's where we'll talk about things. There are some other opportunities outside of ASSP that I'll be talking about in my next video. Learning opportunities, networking opportunities. The safety focus is in September. Sign up now. I think we're already past the early bird registration discount. In October, we've got the leadership. It's going to be virtual. In November, I believe we have the Future Safety Leaders Conference, but that'll be, again, I think virtual this year. But as we go through, I'll be again trying to host monthly meetings, open and optional to everybody, all the leaders from chapters. We can share what we've been working on and stuff like that. And maybe we'll also start chipping away at the resources we can access through the ASSP website. Maybe add more to our own, help us better educate and inform our members. I've been talking too long. I really appreciate your time. I really definitely appreciate your taking the time to lead within your chapters, and I hope to see many of you during the upcoming monthly meetings that I'll be hosting and at any sort of rock or other event. So thanks. Have a great day.